folks, I'm back with another video. So this article from aboutlawsuit.com. So apparently Philip Whisper set aside another 630 million to settle a CPAP recall lawsuit. And this is I did a video, a similar video yesterday or 2 days ago when they set aside some millions then. So the parent company of Philip Whisper has unmarked of 630 million in costs on a recent financial statement to settle certain CPAP recall lawsuit which have been filed over use of toxic sound abasement formed in a sleep app machine. The Australian-based Warrior Philip announced in 2023 first quarter earnings on Monday, indicating that the additional fund will help it reach a resolution to the CPAP economic damage lawsuit filed on behalf of thousands of individuals in the U.S. who used the recall device that exposed them to risk of cancer, lung damage, and other respiratory conditions. Following a CPA recall issued in 2021, million of consumers was told to immediately stop using their Philip machine after the manufacturer acknowledged that the defective sound basement formed inside the device may degrade the breakdown, release toxic chemical in small black particulates directly into the machine's air pathway and the lung of the users. Many experts predicted that the manufacturer will automatically face billions in legal liability and the Philips CPAP machine payout, including any payment made to settle the economic loss cost action lawsuit that seeks medical monitoring and damage associated with the replacement or repair of the machine, as well as a subsequent loss, largest claim involving a specific person injury experienced by the former user. Well, here's my thing. If they had chosen, and I do want to say this, if they had chosen to do the right thing in the first place, they wouldn't have found themselves in this predicament. Because go back, when this all broke down, they knew about the defect of machine prior. Since it was a couple of years prior, they already knew about it, but didn't wait to do a recall on it in 2021. See, that what got them in trouble. See, if they would have took care of that from the start, like a person with common sense would do in the first place, they wouldn't have found themselves in this predicament. But anytime a company, no matter what it is, whether they get in the medical field or this any other type of business, anytime they got something on their product, the first thing they concerned about the money instead of people. I mean, seriously, how ridiculous. Given the common question that the fact of laws raised in the Philips CPAP lawsuit filed throughout the federal court system, all cases have been centralized before the senior U.S. District Judge George Floyd contained in the Western District of Pennsylvania for the coordinate discovery and pretrial proceeding as a part of the multiple district litigation. Resolving the Philip respiratory recall for the patient remains our highest priority. Well, based on how y'all handle that, I seriously doubt it's your highest priority. Because if it was your high priority, y'all would have handled this situation way better than what y'all did. I don't care if y'all, in my opinion, even though they set aside money to settle this lawsuit and economic lawsuit, I still think they need some more consequences because that was just ridiculous the way they were just flat out ridiculous and wrong the way they handled this whole situation. That is my opinion. I think they need some more consequences for that because that was playing with people's lives right there. You don't play with nobody's life. You don't play with people's lives like that. Sleep apnea is a serious thing. You don't play with people like that. But anyway, let me continue reading. In the first quarter, we have recorded a previous of anticipation of a result of the economic loss class action in the U.S. The company told investors In 2023, quarter one earnings report announced that 630 million set aside. This is an important step in addressing the litigation related to the recall. The money is earmarked to specific result of economic loss claimed that were the CPAP users who have not claimed to have suffered the physical injury but seek reimbursement for the device and cost of the medical monitoring of the future side effect that may cause by exposure of toxic sound and basement form. Previously, the company had already set aside about $1 billion to handle the cost of the recall millions of the devices and repair and replace them, but that did not include the legal costs. Just last week, Philips CEO Ward Jacob announced the company intends to settle the Philips CPAP recall claim involving the economic loss later this year. In addition, Jacob indicated the company hopes to resolve individual person injury or lawsuit sometime in 2024, and the cost likely to fall exceeding economic loss settlement. The 630 million set aside comes as the company faced criticism from the federal regulation over how it handled the recall and replacement of the millions of devices. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. That was just a disgrace the way they had this whole thing. And see, if they would have done the right thing in the first place, like I said earlier, they would have done the right thing in the first place, they wouldn't be in this mess. Matter of fact, there's some action they know they could have taken to prevent all this from happening. Now to prevent all this from happening, and to prevent people from dying, because you did have people, because the problem you did have some people that died. Actually, you had a lot of people that had died. I done articles talking about that. Articles came out how the total death that happened due to this Philip recall situation. I mean, it was downright shameful. Philip CPAP recall was first announced in June of 2021, impacted millions of machines sold since 2009, which contained defective polyester-based puffin pure form, while the form was intended to reduce the noise vibration while sleeping. App machine was used at night. It has been found to break down and release small black particle chemical device into the machine air pathway and uses lung. As a result, the potential CPAP form health risk. Federal health officials immediately warned all consumers to stop using the recall machine nearly 2 years ago unless needed a life-sustaining therapy. The FDA has been extremely critical of Philips' handling of the recall. At the first warning, the company recall notification had been inquired and that its CPA repair program has been slowly to get much needed breath assisted machine back to the consumer who need them. Yeah, there was a big old mess in doing that. Earlier this month, the FDA warned consumers that Philips has issued a deceptive information regarding how many repair or replace CPAP device it has shipped into the consumers. Philips intentionally announced the CPA machine repair and replace program in September of 2021, but the pace of repair has been extremely slow, along with some concern about the safety of the altered form of material manufacturing is used, which may also release harmful chemicals directly into the machine air pathway. And see, that's another thing. Maybe if they would have done the right thing, it would call the machine right then and there. Maybe it wouldn't have been so slow. Maybe if say it was gonna be slow a little bit, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. It wouldn't have been as bad if you had done the recall when you were supposed to do the recall. I'm just saying, if you had done the recall right then and there, maybe get these things out to consumer wouldn't have been so bad. But you handle it the way you chose to handle it, and that's why you go in this mess now. As of February of 2023, the FDA indicated it was aware of nearly a hundred, nearly a hundred. Yeah, the FDA indicated it was aware nearly 1,000 medical device report involved problems with filler CPAP, VIPA, and ventilator device, including report nearly 350 deaths. 350 deaths. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. See, those 350 deaths wouldn't even happen. You know what? Okay. There are currently more than 300 lawsuits against filler already filed in the federal court system, with thousands of additional CPAP injury claims rested on a censor established by the court for a status of limitation. Oh, 300 lawsuits. Wow, you tell me they got 300 lawsuits against them? But you know what? It's rightfully deserved because, like I said, the way they chose to handle this, and I'm gonna have to keep pointing that out there. The way they chose to handle this is the reason why they in this mess in the first place. So they got 300 lawsuits against them. Is well deserved. It's well deserved. You feel a company and the CEO of Philip, y'all bought this all upon yourself. When you knew something was wrong with your machine, you should have done the right thing and got them things back immediately and repair and fix them, and there wouldn't be no problem. No, you chose the route that you chose, and now you got this extra stuff to deal with, which rightfully so you deserve. Throughout 2023, numbers of claims is expected to rapidly grow, both involving injuries diagnosed long before the recall, as well as new injuries that continue to be diagnosed monthly after using the breathing toxic particles released as the sound-based form degrading the inside of the machine. The Gatening Phillips CPA settlement for injury claims would be more complex than the economic loss class action lawsuit give, though wide variety of different types of cancer and the lung damage individual plaintiff have alleged may be caused by the sleep apnea machine, including leukemia, ooh goodness, pulmonary, chronic, and liver injury, kidney injury, or heart attack, strokes, or heart failure, leukemia or other cancer, sarcoidosis, or other lung disease. Man, I see what they got the lawsuit. Philip messed them up. If this was alleged happened, they say alleged. So if this what alleged happened, yeah. And you were paying out some more money, Philip, as a part of the coordinate a manager of the yeah, as the part coordinate management of the litigation, Judge Corti has also directed the party to establish a bailware process where a small group of the representative claim will be prepared for an early trial date if Phillips CPAP settlement cannot reach to resolve large number of claims. While the outcome of these early verdicts will not have any blinding impact on other plaintiffs and the average Phillips CPAP lawsuit payout amount awarded by juries are likely to have a big influence on how much the manufacturer will pay to settle claim to avoid each claim being remanded to different U.S. district court nationwide for a separate trial date in the future. However, a settlement agreement reached before then may make such trial unnecessary. Okay, there you have it. But like I said before, They bought this on themselves. And they bought this on themselves the way they handled the whole thing in the first place. But I'll put link to this article in the description bar. And meanwhile, y'all tell me what you think. I'm D-Lo. I see you next time. And I'm out.